check the phone and see if we got anything.
Okay, we got both.
What started off as 61 years ago with a group of friends that put some Christmas lights up on their boats has now turned into one of the biggest parades in all of the land during the holiday seasons when it comes to boat parades. Welcome everyone to the 61st annual Clear Lake area Christmas boat plane parade in our broadcast part in Kemah, Texas. Hi everyone, I'm TJ Alds. Welcome. We're here at the Kemah Boardwalk. Thanks to our friends here at the Kemah Boardwalk of allowing us to be here as we're waiting for the parade to get underway that has been going on, as I said, for 61 years. Our coverage brought to you tonight by the University of Houston Clear Lake. And welcome out here with us. And the parade has just passed Seabrook and is making its way now to Kemah. And we welcome all of you for watching here. Now, you can vote during this parade for your favorite. Just do it in the comment section of our page and just put in either the boat number or the boat name. You can start voting now, and then at the end of the night, at midnight, we're going to cut off the voting. So how many votes go there between now and midnight will be it as we get our parade going. Taking a look now out on the parade line coverage for us here tonight as we got our first boats coming by. We've got folks really enjoying themselves, getting into the spirit here. Now, first off, we're going to be seeing a lot of boats that don't have the numbers on them. Those are we call them pirate boats. We call them pirate boats because, well, they're pirates. They're not officially entered in our parade. Our actual parade is coming up in just a little while. And we'll bring you that right after this word from University of Houston Clear Lake.
At University of Houston Clear Lake, we stop at nothing to spark the growth of our students. For us, their success in our region, our state, and our world is at the very core of our mission. At UHCL, we take pride in our culture of determination to face future challenges and opportunities alike, knowing that our job as educators is to ingrain confidence and character. Just ask our over 75,000 alumni, which includes industry leaders and innovators who have charted their own courses to success. Are you ready to become a Hawk? Unleash your potential at University of Houston Clear Lake.
And you're looking back live here now from the Kemah Boardwalk. Down the way, coming under the bridge now, as you see, those are the lead boats of our parade. As I told you, we had some pirate boats coming up. You know, this parade, as I said, has been going on for 61 years here in the Clear Lake area, and it's a big deal for a lot of folks coming out here. Jim Christensen. Now, Jim's been around. We like to call him Old Salts, by the way, when we talk about him. And the great thing about Jim is he's been putting on this parade for many of those years. Not all 61, of course, but he's been putting them on for many years. And we had a chance to talk to him earlier today about the history of this parade and what it means to him. And let's go ahead and we'll hear from him now what he had to tell us.
Jim, first talk about what this, you have a name for this parade that goes beyond the Clear Lake Boat Lane.
Yeah, I started this a number of years, but it's a true statement. But I call this the world famous 61st annual Christmas Boat Lane Parade. It's been going on for 61 years around here, but a number of years ago we actually started getting inquiries about the parade from a radio station in Germany, and I believe one up in England or Ireland. And so since then I thought, well, to me it's world famous, and so that's why we started calling it the world famous Christmas Boat Lane Parade, because it really truly is. And now with I-45 now doing the live stream, we've been getting hits from different states across the United States, so it's becoming, I guess I'd like to say everybody wants to have a watch party because it's so much fun, it's colorful. But, having been the chairman, I love doing it because the boat parade is truly it's kind of like kicks off the whole community Christmas spirit, you know. And if you've never seen a lighted or a lighted Christmas boat lane parade, but you know, a boat will have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 lights on it, but in the water it looks like it's 20 or 30,000 lights, you know, and it shimmers in the water, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. So that's why we call it that.
Thanks a lot for that, Jim. And now you're looking at boat number 1, the Rising Tide, number 7, the Texas Navy Sam Houston Squadron. Thanks to Chris Shaw. He's one of our committee members, by the way, for this parade every year, and led the way for us in getting the parade going. And we had at our skippers meeting earlier today, and you heard about Jim about how important this is and how big of a deal. And he calls it the world famous because we have people who ask about this from all over, and it is really great to hear from all of those people, and many of them watch us here online. And now coming up, let's see if we can catch the number on this sailboat that's coming in on us now. Sometimes I say they'll be rigged up without their numbers on them, and those we call them the pirate boats. But this is number 25 coming through now. While they're numbered, they don't go by the specific numbers. We don't know the orders until they get here. 25, that's Gemini Dream. Thomas Janecki is the captain, a sailboat. 40-footer, by the way, out of Kemah. Great-looking boat. Number 25, the entry there. Again, if you want to vote for your favorite boat entry in the parade today, make sure you're putting it in the comment section here on I-45 now. And we'll count those up. You can vote up until midnight out there. Don't see a number yet. Oh, they've covered up their number. I see it. This is going to be number 18. That's the La Vida 60-foot boat. Greg Dugat, Kemah, he's the captain there. This is their second year, the La Vida. There are a lot of Santa Clauses on that boat. And again, our coverage brought to you by the University of Houston Clear Lake. Thank you for coming in. University of Houston Clear Lake, proud to sponsor this. And don't forget, enrollment going on soon for the spring semester. Boat number 12 now, it's Gone with the Wind. A 50-foot sailor, Arthur Taylor of Clear Lake Shores is the captain. Got Frosty on the bow there. Hopefully Arthur and them are watching on board. A lot of times when we mention the boat, they'll be watching on board. You'll hear them all cheer to us. Now we have a smaller vessel coming up here. Try to catch the boat number now. And that's 156. So the next boat up, this is the smaller vessel you see in here, is number 156. You're looking at the La Vida pass by, and now we're going to 156. The Mako, captained by Brian Greeley out of Seabrook, a 19-footer. The Mako. Well, you don't need to have a number to know what this next boat is coming up. From the boardwalk itself, the Fantasy. Always available for rent and able to head on out for your viewing pleasure of anything that's going on. The Fantasy out of Clear Lake. Fantasy, part of the Kemah Boardwalk. It's actually entry number 22 if you do want to give it a vote. The Boardwalk Fantasy is 110 feet long. Captain Rick Ryan at the helm, and of course it is berthed here at the Kemah Boardwalk. You are watching the 61st annual Clear Lake Area Christmas Boat Parade, presented to you on I-45 now by the University of Houston Clear Lake. Hi everyone, I'm TJ Alls, I-45 now. Thanks for joining us out here. I got our crews of Paul Deaton, Leanne Kirkland, and Joey McCusker here today, enjoying this whole parade with us, and we're glad that you're a part of this with us here today as well. And it has just been it's perfect weather. Now, Paul, this is going to be like, what, your fifth now? Paul, this is your 5th boat parade? Yeah, his 5th parade that he's done out here with us. Now, we do remember a year we were out here and we were bitterly cold. You could hear our teeth chattering. We were taking up the heater on our boat, on our perch the whole time. As you could hear our teeth my teeth chattering at least, as they came out over the air from there. And thanks again to the University of Houston Clear Lake for being a sponsor of our live stream of the boat parade, the Clear Lake Area Boat Parade, 61st annual. Glad to have you all on as our viewers here tonight. And we're taking a look to see if the number is covered up here again. I believe that's 82. Is that number 2 or 82? It's going to be 82, I think. Yeah, they put it behind their lights every once in a while, and it catches us off guard. Texas Mariners on there. The Texas Mariners and their sailor. Now we got a large catamaran. Oh, wait, actually, we got an outrigger going by us now. This is number 91, an outrigger. This is Mele Kakma. Okay, I'm going to screw this up. Kamikalaka. Yeah, I don't speak Hawaiian. The Texas Outrigger Canoe Club, 43-footer there, all man-powered, obviously, human-powered. Kristen Helm is at the helm, actually, of this, and the leader. Right behind them right now, after that outrigger, is Blue. David and Brenda Hudson out of Houston bringing out Blue, a large catamaran. Motor as well as sail, with a big Santa on the back. What a fun night this is always when we get out on Clear Lake for this parade. And if you missed some of the boats as they went by earlier, you know, we catch them as they come back through again. And this is the Texas Ranger, boat number 7. Texas Ranger. Coming on up. The Texas Ranger, a 45.5-foot power boat. Kent Casellas of Clear Lake Shores is the captain. Again, if you want to vote for your favorite boat, all you've got to do is go into our comment section, put the number or the name of the boat, and you have up until midnight to vote here tonight. Our coverage brought to you by the University of Houston Clear Lake here on I-45 now. We're also streaming on the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page. And now coming up, again, we sometimes catch the numbers a little late, but we're trying to see if this is a pirate. No, that's his number 15 coming by now. This is KG's Toy by U.S. Ecology is the sponsor, 65-footer. Dane Wilson is the captain. That's a beautiful boat. Now, this is a very patriotic boat we got coming up on us. I see the U and the A. Is the S playing on there lit up as well? And we're here to chat. I can see already there's a Miss Statue of Liberty on there. We see the USA in white, blue, and red. And they're singing Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Say goodbye. It's boat number 155. The Dolce Vita with Christian Milazzo, the captain out of League City. Getting very patriotic. And every once in a while when you don't see the numbers on these boats, that's what we call our pirate boats. And they're not officially judged in this. We show them anyway, though, because we like to show them in our broadcast here. And again, thanks to the University of Houston Clear Lake for presenting our broadcast here tonight. What a gorgeous boat. Joey McCusker, our director tonight, I think you'd be very comfortable on board that with your wife, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 2 levels to that boat. How could you not be?
I think there's 3 if you really get up high right there in the crow's nest out there. And obviously, as we said, it's one of we call it a pirate boat because it's not officially in the parade. These are just people who put lights on the boats and decided to go on out anyway, and that's fine. We welcome that as well out here when folks are part of our parade. And we really enjoy that. So it is great to have every one of y'all watching here tonight. Thanks again to our folks on the cameras tonight, Paul Deaton, and as well as Leanne Kirkland. It's great to have Leanne back and hanging out with us. Started off with us, now works for the city of League City. And I like it because it's a mix of boats. They always kind of say it's the sailboats and the motorboats all come together. They normally are kind of rivals on the water, but this time around, they're all participating together in this parade, and you get big boats and small boats all along the way, which is great. And trying to catch the number of our vessel coming up here now. I think it's, is it 88 or 86? It's 88. Boat number 88 is the Sea Chaser. There she is, the Sea Chaser, with some 3 Christmas trees up front. 17-footer Tom Quinn out of Alvin, Texas is there. Also, thanks to our Nassau Bay public safety boat. I am a Nassau Bay resident, so it's nice to see my crew from Nassau Bay out here hanging out with us. They are the safety boat up ahead. And here's some folks that you really don't want to have to call, but they're really important when they're there. It's the Sea Tow, Clear Lake Sea Tow. Out on the boat, you know, if you ever find out in the boat and you need help, Sea Tow, Clear Lake will come and help you out. Thanks to the crew there at Sea Tow for being out. And now we got boat number 28 coming into review. This is the Debate Koe. David Voorhees out of Houston. 38-footer sailboat. Coming along the way there. I like how they have just all the lights done up. It almost looks like, and only Paul and I would recognize, it almost looks like one of the symbols of the cover of one of the Led Zeppelin albums when we were growing up, but it's not from there. So it's a Viking theme there we got it set, right? Well, right now we've got a little bit of a gap here. One of the great traditions of this parade is the fact that we have the participants that have been in this many years, and more than just being in this every single year, are participants who have a history themselves of being around a long time as well. And one of those is the Girl Scouts from San Jacinto Council, which, by the way, the Girl Scouts of San Jacinto Council are celebrating their 100th anniversary. And we had a chance earlier today to talk to 2 of those members. They got 2 entries in this and talk about what they're going to be doing.
So this is the 100th anniversary for Girl Scouts of San Jacinto Council. It is a huge event. We just had our big celebration of the century a couple weekends ago. It was a big blowout, and actually, as in conjunction with our 100th anniversary, we are launching a new cookie this year. So that'll be exciting for everybody.
And this boat parade, y'all have been a big part of it every year.
Yes, sir. This is our 29th year participating in the boat parade. We have at least had 1, sometimes 2 or more boats every year. The girls really enjoy it. We spend 1 weekend constructing all the decorations, and then of course this weekend we partner with our boat captains and install all of our decor.
And what are you expecting what's the theme this year?
So I'm really excited to be Girl Scout boat number 157. I had 11 years in the Girl Scouts, so I have the Girl Scouts to thank for learning sailing. I say I had to sell a lot of cookies to get to go to Camp Casamari in Seabrook, so I'm really excited to do this with the girls. We are going to be the Girl Scout Green Grinches. So I've got an aerial act for you. I'm really excited. It'll be the black sailboat. And we also have boat number 147.
So 147, I think that one's going to be a mythical theme. We have some dragons and I believe some fairies as well. So it'll definitely be worth taking a look.
Boom, we got it.
Awesome.
Oh, what a great story. By the way, we should point out, Yana, she's the lady you were watching on the right there. When the Girl Scouts, who I say have been in this for many, many years, they had their boat, one of their boats, that was number boat 157, we'll talk about that, they lost it on Monday because it had engine problems and was not going to be able to go. And the great story here is that she owns the boat they're on tonight. People were calling around, and she says, you know how I learned how to sail? And you heard her talk about it? She learned how to sail through the Girl Scouts. She was in Girl Scouts for 11 years, learned how to sail, has her own sailboat now, and offered it up and provided it for that. And so that is just great news. And speaking of the Girl Scouts, it is now the Shaky Waves. This is one of the Girl Scout entries here. The San Jacinto Council, 100 year for the San Jacinto Council. Angela Craven-Fulmer at the helm here. And that is, oh, look at the alligator up top there. Now, when 157 gets around here, you'll be ready. I'll tell you more along the way. And again, thanks to the University of Houston Clear Lake for presenting our live coverage of the boat parade tonight here from our vantage point and from our friends at the Kemah Boardwalk, who just have made sure that we've had a comfortable sight, and we have multiple cameras now when we cover this instead of just the one, and we're spread out and expanded our coverage here. We had hoped to bring you some live stuff from some of the boats, but we just couldn't get the technology to work real well tonight. Again, this is one of our pirate boats coming in, and we show them. They just can't win a prize. By the way, too, for those who want to watch, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we will have the award ceremony live here on I-45 Now coming up tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, as you watch this live here on I-45 Now, and also on the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce page. And by the way, thanks to Sherry, Sloan, Cindy, the whole gang over at the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce for everything that they do. And so we really appreciate the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce for all they do for this area and for business. Now, we got some big-time Astros fans coming up here now, don't we? Look at that, yeah, World Series. This is boat number 30 coming into your view right now. This is Amekins, number 2, Michael Hahn of Seabrook at the helm. It's a 20-foot footer power boat. Now, that's a boat you take out fishing in the bay. I'm telling you right now, a great one to take out there as well. What a lovely night here. And again, I want to thank our friends at the Kemah Boardwalk, Jacob Bigger, Kinda, the whole gang for really setting us up. And yes, and our dear friend Tillman Fertitta, always making sure we're set up here as well. Now coming into view, boat number 8, the Gale Winds. This is a 42-foot sailboat. Kent Casellas. I'm sorry, no. The Gale Winds is captained by C. Arlene Black out of LaPorte. Got a Grinch up front doing a little dancing. Got a couple of Grinches on board of that boat. That is boat number 8. The Gale Winds out of LaPorte, 42-foot sailor. I like it when we get good music coming into our boats as well. Do we have a number on that boat? I don't think we do we? So another pirate boat coming through. We have about 70 official entries in the parade this year. We've had as many as 127, but after COVID, people have been kind of getting back into things and getting out again, and so we saw a drop, but we've seen an increase here. We hope to have up to 100 entries next year. And again, the People's Choice Award will be presented. That's sponsored by I-45 Now. And again, people have it behind the lights. I think that's 161, the Sea Monster. coming in. Let me double check. Can we make that? No, it's 164. I got it. The Jackie O, captained by Don Ward, 60-footer powerboat. Big giant Santa on the back. It almost looks like his radar is just coming off his head there. The Jackie O. As you hear a little bit, I don't know if you hear it like we do here, a little of ZZ Top, Texas own. Paul Deaton jams out on his air guitar up here for us. As we're ready for our next boat to come on up, let's hear this word now from our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake.
At University of Houston Clear Lake, we stop at nothing to spark the growth of our students. For us, their success in our region, our state, and our world is at the very core of our mission. At UHCL, we take pride in our culture of determination to face future challenges and opportunities alike, knowing that our job as educators is to ingrain confidence and character. Just ask our over 75,000 alumni, which includes industry leaders and innovators who have charted their own courses to success. Are you ready to become a Hawk? Unleash your potential at University of Houston Clear Lake.
Thanks again, the University of Houston Clear Lake, for their sponsorship of our coverage of the Clear Lake area Christmas Boat Lane Parade here. We're coming to you from Kemah, Texas. And number 22 coming through, the Indigo. No, that's not number 22 that came through, because that's definitely not a 42-foot boat. We'll see it out. A little bit harder to see the numbers for us this year. But if you're friends of these people, you know what you can put up there and vote for them for your best out there. We'll actually see if Leanne can holler out the numbers when she zooms in on the side to see if she catches the numbers for us here. You're watching our coverage of the Clear Lake area, Clear Lake Christmas Boat Parade. Glad to have you all aboard with us here today as we come to you live from the Clear Lake area and the Kemah Boardwalk. Thanks to our friends at the Kemah Boardwalk. Of course, this parade starts off at Nassau Bay with a great fireworks show, then goes by Constellation Point in League City, goes by Clear Lake Shores, goes by Seabrook, and then makes its way here to Kemah as well. That's the Pura Vida coming by out of Kemah, Texas. Again, one of our pirate boats that's coming out. And another little small craft with some folks. Got some kiddos aboard this one. They're yelling Merry Christmas to us here. We're Merry Christmas back to them. Now we got number 17. The end of the line. 23-footer, Sean Kirpda. Out of League City, the captain there. Little Sean and gang. And another little baby boat coming through here now. Hey, well, it's like, as I said, we have a lot of entries that come into this parade. They don't really officially enter. They just want to be a part of the fun of the night. Now you're coming in one of our entries. This is Darlene. Captain Trenton Vick at the helm, a 21-foot powerboat. Got a nice little deck on the back, so if you want to go out and do a little fishing out in the cove out in Nassau Bay, you can do it. So I was telling everyone, we'll show you here to you in hopefully in just a little bit video earlier tonight when our parade got underway at Nassau Bay. We had the great fireworks show that took place earlier tonight. Got a big Santa on the back of that boat. And he's also, hey, Santa has to steer his reindeer around. And in this case, he's done that. We have a little bit of a break here coming up as we are waiting for more of our boats to catch up with us along the way. Let's go ahead and take a break and hear this from our sponsor, the University of Houston Clear Lake.
At University of Houston Clear Lake, we stop at nothing to spark the growth of our students. For us, their success in our region, our state, and our world is at the very core of our mission. At UHCL, we take pride in our culture of determination to face future challenges and opportunities alike, knowing that our job as educators is to ingrain confidence and character. Just ask our over 75,000 alumni, which includes industry leaders and innovators who have charted their own courses to success. Are you ready to become a Hawk? Unleash your potential at University of Houston Clear Lake.
And welcome back. Here we're at the Kemah Boardwalk for our coverage of the Clear Lake Area Christmas Boat Lane Parade, 61st annual here. And we're so good. Thanks to our friends at University of Houston Clear Lake for bringing us out here and sponsoring this broadcast. And one of the things you'll see these gas. I was explaining this parade actually starts back at Nassau Bay with the grand fireworks show, and then it goes to Constellation Point, then makes its way down past Clear Lake Shores, and then comes to Seabrook. And then it makes its way here to Kemah. This is boat number 23 coming into view now. That's Indigo, 42-footer. Jeff Miner out of Spring is the captain. Now, I don't think he brought that down from Spring. Jeff is from Spring. I'm not sure the boat's from Spring, however. And one of our sponsored boats, say again, that's one of our pirate boats of the Matt Clark team out here showing off their pontoon boat out here. You know, folks like, they get a little bit of free advertising. We'll send them the bill to advertise on I-45 now for that. That's fine. We don't mind doing that, not one bit. We again welcome everyone out to our live coverage of the 61st annual Clear Lake Area Boat Lane Parade. Christmas time is the time. Paul Deaton said it best earlier tonight. This is one of his favorite events of the whole year, and we obviously agree with that. It is a blast to be out here for this every year. And Paul, just as I said, it's your fifth time. What is it about it that really attracts you out here?
Well, watching the people, watching the boats, and seeing them outdo each other year after year, it's just such a wonderful thing to be part of.
It is, and now we got boat number 118 coming into our view, a sailboat. I see we got a youngster in his sweater covered with lights. And that's the Jewels of the Sea, Mark and Julie McCurdy out of Cyprus, 40-footer that they had. Now it's boat number 172 coming into view. And our papers have started sticking together. 172, the Endless Summer, 33-foot sailboat. Richard King is at the helm. Now take a look at this boat coming up here. How impressive is this? This boat is just Christmas. They're doing a chant here, but it has a tree farm on it. What a great job by these guys. This is, again, boat number 150. This is Brian Palmer's boat aboard the Miss Nene. It's a 27-foot power boat. And Brian is one of our, what we call our old salts. 34 years Brian has been part of this parade. So more than half the years this parade's been around. And what he always does a great job. And a great job with that, Brian and them. And he is an old salt, that's for sure. Thanks to Brian. And we talked to him a little while ago before the parade started. and it was just great to see him and his crew on out here. And following up behind him is boat number 97. That's the Little Nettie 32-foot powerboat. Tim Mathis out of Kemah is the captain. And that's followed by number 31, Slow Rollin' Low, Tel Crossan out of Baytown, a 39-footer. Now they've got, those are umbrellas done up like octopi or octopus. Is that right? It's octopi because there's most
Jellyfish.
jellyfish, not octopus. Oh, jellyfish. That's right. I should have got the scuba diver next to me. He's going to correct me on that for sure because I got the species wrong. Then we've got number 24, Lottie Da, Tara Rogers out of Shore Acres, just up the road from us here at Kemah. 28-foot powerboat coming on by. Giant Santa on board. And again, thanks to the University of Houston Clear Lake for being our sponsor of your coverage here tonight. And we're just so glad to bring this to you every year. It's one of the funnest things that we do every year. Now the number 107, the Amy Hathaway out of Kemah. She is the helmsman, the captain of the boat, I should say. 28-footer coming that way. I come a light into the world. And boat number 63 coming into your view now. It's the Unconquerable Heart. Robert Shivers out of Houston, the captain. 49-foot powerboat. Again, you can see who all wins the official judging 10 a.m. tomorrow morning right here on I-45 now, as well as the Clear Lake area Chamber of Commerce's Facebook and YouTube pages, where we'll be bringing you that broadcast coming up tomorrow. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Make sure you're part of that. Hey, and let's make sure we get a good shot here. The Coast Guard out here providing all of our security. Commander was out earlier today with us here and really making sure everyone's safe, and it's great. We had the Coast Guard Patrol out here with us today, making sure that we're all safe, and they do a lot to keep this safe, and they know how important it is. And we always say they could decorate their boats too, but they're actually working out here tonight. Now coming into view, it's number 14, It'll Do. Brought to you by La Torcilla Brick Oven Pizza. Yeah, as you hear them yell, pizza, pizza, pizza. 34-footer, Kelly Bernard out of Seabrook, the boat captain there. Fun night we're having here tonight. Glad to have you along. We're coming to you live from the Kemah Boardwalk, Kemah, Texas, which is really, it's the end of the parade. This actually starts with a fireworks show at Nassau Bay. And it is a blast. And we know our friends, Tim Crumey, the police chief, was down there. And the mayor, the city council all down. Some of them are actually at the judges' stands down across the way from us. This is one of our pirate boats, not an official entry. But I'd like the pirate boats some. One year we may just judge the pirate boats on our own and give them something coming that way. Now, across the way, you can see that tree farm one again. That's the old salt I was telling you about. That's Brian Palmer. I'm going to see if we can get Brian on the phone with us here. Right? He's got loud music on his boat, but we're going to try to get Brian on here. If we can get him on here in just a little bit. And again, we can just call him, and that's about it. So you're going to be on with me at the same time as I do this, folks. And we'll see if he can answer it, if he can hear his phone ring. And again, we're trying to call into Brian Palmer on our old salt, as we call him, but he's already gone out of the shot, so yeah, he's not going to be able to answer his phone. That's what we thought. It's a little loud. That's one of the reasons we ain't able to get through. We were going to do the video from the boats, but they're having such a good time on these boats that they can't hear their phones ring when we try to reach out to them. But yeah, great entry always to Brian, and again, 34 years in the parade, and a lot of fun to have that crew out with us. Now coming to view, not many lights on this, but hey, the effort is worth it. It's number 32, the Sparty. Richard Willis out of League City is the captain. 22-foot powerboat. Make it on by. Yeah, they got a few lights on board there. Hey, it's all about just having the fun, right? Coming on out and having the fun that they can have. And we can hear the chant for the pizza again as that pizza boat all comes through, the brick oven pizza. Now this is boat number 173 coming through. And that is a Failure's Reward, sponsored by CEM Solutions. Callie and Mike Miller out of Seabrook, or Callie and Mike Miller out of Seabrook aboard. 20-foot powerboat. Taking a look, we got another pleasure boat coming by now. I don't see a number on it, so it's not one of our officials. But it has a Grinch. Grinch is very popular this year. We saw on the boat there. So as you see, we have more boats approaching the way. We still haven't seen that second Girl Scout boat yet, and we're going to be telling you more about that throughout the night. And again, thanks to our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake for being our sponsors here tonight. And again, the University of Houston Clear Lake, proud sponsor of our annual Christmas Boat Parade. Reminding you that registration for the spring semester is still open. Classes begin January 17th. Get more information at uhcl.edu. And we got boat number 16 making its way into our view now. And that's the Looney Tune. Playing a little Beach Boys on there. The Looney Tune with Will Schreiner from Nassau Bay. Hey, one of my Nassau Bay entries there. Oh, Will, 18-footer coming by. And it's always great because we're always going to see patriotic boats out here. Old platform pontoon coming by. No number on that boat, so yet another pirate boat making its way. We're hoping y'all all having a great and safe holiday season thus far. Again, we appreciate all those of you who watch us on I-45 now and support what we do out there, including our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake, who are presenting our coverage tonight. And then, as I said, we have more than 70 entries here tonight for this. And those are the official entries. We'll end up with billions more of the pirate boats coming throughout. And now coming into our view, yeah, this is going to be 160 is the number. And that's the Little Bit Salty. Skill Kitchen and Bath Inc. is the sponsor. Mike Healy, the captain, out of League City. 22-foot powerboat. It's got a Santa dog on the front there. And we go from a Santa dog to a real dog on the boat behind them now. I like that. It looks like a doodle from here. A Grinch. Now, Grinch is with his dog. Can anyone remember the name of the dog that Grinch had? Max, but this is the Salty Poodle. Neil Owens, and you heard the Salty Poodle bark as they went by. I love it. Neil Owens out of Dickinson is the captain, 23-foot powerboat. And now number 130 coming into your view. That's the Seek and Escape. Max and Melanie Halberton out of Seabrook, 23-footer powerboat that they're aboard. And now we have boat number 6 coming into view. That's Dreams Are Rollin'. Rosemary Reed out of Friendswood, 24-foot powerboat. It's a pontoon, it looks like. It is. It's a nice one. Done up with a lot of lights on that one there for a small boat. Fun night. Now, as we're watching this go by, we're watching off into our north here. I should point out to you, we've got some brilliant lightning going off every once in a while to our north as we're watching it here. 17% chance of rain. And but we haven't had any rain tonight. We're just watching in the distance here. But brilliant lightning storm every once in a while. It's actually adding a little bit to the festivities tonight. A couple of pirate boats coming by now. But, oh no, this is not a pirate boat. This is number 20. Sorry, missed out on that, so it's my fault. The Chillin' the Most, Alex Saldana out of Deer Park. A 19-foot powerboat. Thanks, Alex. Glad to have someone from Deer Park. Now, someone's in a dinghy. This would not be a night I'd be out on a dinghy. There's a dinghy just went by here. And again, want to remind everyone that you are watching the 61st Clear Lake Christmas Boat Lane Parade, brought to you on I-45 now by the University of Houston Clear Lake. And we're proud to have them as our sponsor and have you all aboard with us here tonight for our broadcast. And what a fun night this is for all of us here tonight to present this to you. This is going to be now, actually, it's going to be our 7th year that we have done this parade. And enjoy it. And each year we add a little bit more to it. Not over just yet. We're still waiting for a couple more of the entries to make their way by here. Big crowds here at the Kemah Boardwalk where we are. And again, want to thank our crew here tonight on cameras, Paul Cater-Deaton and Leanne Kirkland, and directing for us here tonight, Joey McCusker, who was also our director for the League City Grand Night Parade last Saturday that you saw here live. And tell you what, we got a little bit of a delay before the next boats come up, so let's take a quick break and hear this word from our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake.
At University of Houston Clear Lake, we stop at nothing to spark the growth of our students. For us, their success in our region, our state, and our world is at the very core of our mission. At UHCL, we take pride in our culture of determination to face future challenges and opportunities alike, knowing that our job as educators is to ingrain confidence and character. Just ask our over 75,000 alumni, which includes industry leaders and innovators who have charted their own courses to success. Are you ready to become a Hawk? Unleash your potential at University of Houston Clear Lake.
We're back in one. And thanks to University of Houston Clear Lake for their sponsorship. We appreciate that. And again, thanks to the folks at the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce for, they're the ones that put this together. And a big, big, big shout out to Sherry Sweeney. Wow, this is her baby. and puts us on every year. She'll be emceeing our awards ceremony from South Shore Harbor. We'll have it live for you at 10 a.m. If you can't make it out in person, and come on out there. I believe this is 89. Our entry number 89 coming into screen now. And that is the Mirage. Lee Kern out of Seabrook at the helm. This is a 41-foot powerboat. And one thing that I should point out, we have different categories in our awards that'll be presented on Sunday, that based on the type of boat, powerboat, sailboat. Then we also have based on the length of the boat, from the smaller boats to the bigger boats. So there's plenty of entries out there for folks to have a chance to win on. And then each of the cities gives an award as well. This is number 10, a sailboat, the Strega. Kaylee Wheeler out of Dickinson, the captain. 42-foot sailboat. It's got the Jolly Roger about halfway up the mast there. Somebody had to scurry up that mast there, Paul, and get that up there, didn't they? Something else. And I can tell it just by its I don't have to see a sign or anything. It's the Clear Lake Party Boat making its approach. I know I've been on this boat so many times. It's the Houston pedal barge. And this is not the Clear Lake Party Boat. They call this a pedal barge. Maybe that's who's the story. The Houston pedal barge. Is that like manpower? Oh, that does. It has a motor, but I guess they can do it like you've seen those little things that go around town. You can pedal it. You can also pedal that. Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Yeah, you're not going to get me to pedal my own boat. Yeah, you know. All right. Yeah, sorry. That's not happening with me. This is entry number 166, the Never Satisfied, Grady Orbison out of Deer Park, the captain. 33-foot powerboat. And when I say power, can you hear that? Yeah, that's got an engine in it, folks. A big engine sitting in that boat right there. It can power out at any time. And it's impressive when it opens throttle. I can tell you that much. And again, our coverage brought to you by the University of Houston Clear Lake. University of Houston Clear Lake, proud to sponsor this out tonight. Don't forget to give yourself a gift this year, the gift of completing your education. UHCL will help you achieve your academic goals in 2023. Registration for the spring semester is open. Get more information at uhcl.edu. TJ Alts, along with Paul Deaton, Leanne Kirkland, Joey McCusker, and Robert Little out with our drone. But we don't have our drone footage coming in yet. We had a little technical difficulty with that. We'll play it back for you, though, some tomorrow to make sure you get to see that as well. I do like it when we get, these votes aren't the official entries, but these are folks that were like watching in the lake and said, hey, let's go out to the bay. It is an open channel going on. And so folks want to just, take part in the fun. They're not, they didn't decorate their boats, but they still want to go out. It's actually while it's a little bit of a humid night here, and we can see the lower cloud cover coming in, and we don't think any fog will set in until about midnight or so. But still, it's always something you want to watch for. But right now, the weather's been really very cooperative. When you can wear short sleeves out here, that's always appreciative. As I said, Paul's first year doing this with us, and when we only had the one camera up, our teeth were chattering all night long trying to do that, and we were hoarding the heat. I think we went through the propane on 2 heaters that night doing it, and it was something else that people were getting upset because we kept taking their heat away from them. This is 61, Dawn's Breath, 31-foot sailboat. Ken Dyes out of Texas City. They're sponsored by Kemah Cozy Cruises, in fact. Hey, and also, there's a lot of law enforcement that really help us out with this. First responders, I should say. The Kemah Fire Department, Seabrook Fire Department, the League City Fire Department, and all their Marine divisions part of this. Nassau Bay's Fire Department and their Marine division a part of this as well out here. But we also have Nassau Bay Police who participate big time because they're really controlling everything of Nassau Bay, because that really gets crowded at the start of the parade here. League City Police helping us out. And also a special thank you to our friends at the U.S. Marshals for their special help they provided for us earlier today, in fact. And for those of you watching, if you have a favorite boat, you know someone, go ahead and put in the numbers. You can vote till midnight. Put it in the comments section. We'll add those up. We had hoped to go live with some of the boats, but the folks are not answering their phones. We were going to FaceTime them. So that was the tough thing about it. We still have several entries that come out. Like we haven't seen the second Girl Scout boat entry. That one was supposed to have acrobats on it. And we're looking forward, if I hope nothing happened there, but we're looking forward to them making their way through. And again, we're live to you from the Kemah Boardwalk where I purchased. Look at the crowd. Let me take a look at that crowd down there. That's just one section of the crowd. That's over the crowd that's over by in front of Bubba Gump's, hanging out there. We've had, now it's kind of, folks have been watching the night, and some have moved on. They've gone to get some bite to eat and stuff. It's a big night for the Kemah Boardwalk, where Jingle on the Boardwalk is going on all December long, every weekend. Visits with Santa. They had live music out here earlier today. They had snow out here as well, and we were greeted at this big Christmas tree by a Grinch when we walked in over here at the Kemah Boardwalk. And again, Jacob Bigger, Kenda out here, thank y'all so much. They really work with us really well every year when we're out here, and we really appreciate Landry's Corp and everything else. But Jacob Bigger and Kenda Biddle really taking care of us here tonight, and we do appreciate that. And it's a lot of fun for us to do this. We hope you enjoy it as well. Coming up, a smaller boat is going to be coming in review here in just a little bit. It's going to be entry number 27. You see the big green wreath on that boat. As I said, paper's getting a little wet, but that's the feeding fish, 25-foot powerboat. Thomas Jimenez Jimenez of Clear Lake Shores is the captain there, and they're followed by number 3. Go back on our opening pages here. Number 3, a sailboat coming up behind him there. That's the Not Sure William Smith, the captain out of Friendswood, 25-foot sailboat. And another one of just kind of the random entries. I'd say not an entry officially, but we still put them on camera. Now, this is going to be the return about here. So we have a return vessel coming back, or is it a return vessel? Have we seen this one already? Again, you can vote for your favorite boat in the parade. And we'll give out the people's choices tomorrow. Just vote in the comments section. Put the name or the number of the boat along the way, and we'll look it up as best as we can. And that's yes, that's the Levita that came by a little while ago, number 18. I thought I recognized that crew on board. Levita is having fun over there. Santa's ho-ho-hos have gotten a little ho-ho-ho along the way. Great to see the Levita again. That boat's in this parade every single year for the last 2 years, but the group on board of that, Greg and the crew, have been in this parade a couple times before that as well. But I remember the Levita from last year being as part of our coverage out here as well. So again, we're here on the Clear Creek Channel, right outside of the Clear Lake and Galveston Bay. The weather's been really nice tonight. Got a little bit of wind, but one thing is we have plenty of water. We didn't have low tide hit just as the parade started as we did last year. So last year boats had a tough time getting out because of the fact that, well, quite frankly, they didn't have enough water to draft on out there. But it was great to see all the entries we have out there this year. And this is going to be boat number 110 coming into view now. And that's the Texicali. Jeff McClure out of Friendswood, the captain, 23-foot power boat. Oh, Jeff and company, glad to have you along. And they're followed by the number 146, the Clearly Living, Robert Terry out of Houston, a sailboat. There's a 28-foot sailboat coming up behind. Now, see, if my wife was one of the judges, this boat would be getting an extra vote because if you look on the back, that happens to look like a Santa puppy on the back of that boat. And if my wife was doing it, and because you know why, what's happened, or is that a cat? That's going to be a cat. A dog would not pull the lights of a Christmas tree down. That's a cat. That's a Santa cat pulling the lights off the Christmas tree. Now, that's creative. They have the cat pulling it down. So great job by the folks on Clearly Living, Robert Terry and company on there if you want to give them a vote. That's creative. I thought it was a dog at first, but now I've figured it out. It's a cat pulling the lights and the tree down at the same time. Now that spells Christmas. It's not like a squirrel jumping out of the tree at you as Clark Griswold had to deal with in Christmas Vacation. That's the one thing, Paul, you notice, every year we have a theme. Some years ago when we did this parade, you remember everybody was Cousin Eddie, right? You remember they had the Cousin Eddie, like they were doing that. And this year, everyone wanted to do Grinch, it looked like. So we had a lot of Grinches in the parade this year. And small boat has the only Christmas lights on it, or it's running lights, I should point out. It's starboard and port lights. I saw the green and red, so those are Christmas lights. Then I realized, oh, wait a second, they do have some lights on top. I said, it's only have their running lights. Got a couple of kiddos on board there. They're just out here having fun. And this is a great experience for those kids, though. I mean, think about it. They've got to see, all these decorated boats go by them, and themselves be a part of it as they went out there tonight. And we never saw the second Girl Scout boat. We were waiting for it, didn't see it. But I think we may be winding things down now as folks head back. We'll give it a little bit, but again, we want to thank our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake for being our sponsor of the parade tonight. And again, Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce's annual Christmas Boat Lane Parade, presented on I-45 now by the University of Houston Clear Lake. Take a step closer to achieving your academic goals. Registration for the spring 2023 semester is still open. Classes begin January 17th. More information at uhcl.edu. They're, in fact, having their fall graduation tonight at NRG in Houston. Well, folks, I think we're going to call it a night here tonight. As while we didn't see some of our entries, sometimes the entries can't make it through. And the ones that run into big trouble, that becomes our Hard Luck Award winner, Jim Christensen, who you heard from earlier tonight. He'll be talking about the Hard Luck winner tomorrow if we have one. 1 year, I guess the most outstanding story of the Hard Luck winner was a guy from Louisiana. Came all the way here and his boat caught on fire after he he had to pull it over, and it just burned out there. And but he still showed up the next day for the award ceremony, and we gave him the Hard Luck Award. And that's been kind of the legendary one as you take this great view of boats going through the Clear Creek Channel here. It's just great. And Jim Christensen said in our interview earlier, if you watched it here on I-45 now, that when you see the lights on the boats, and it can have like several thousand lights on the boat, and then you'll see, oh, this is kind of cute across the way from us here. We've got if it comes into your screen here in just a little bit, it's always see what's coming up is another boat. It looks great. Look at this sailboat. This is the one I was telling you about with the cat pulling down the Christmas tree. That was a fun one. there. And that was a fun one. I'm going to vote myself on that as well, coming through. I'm looking off in the distance to see if I see anything else coming underneath the Clear Creek Channel Bridge. I see a sailboat that has lights on it, and I think its bow is facing us. And the reason is because there's 2 Girl Scout boats this year, and they're both sailboats, and there's a great story behind the second one. And it also has a pretty good demonstration because they're going to be the 4 Christmas Grinches on there, but Girl Scout Grinches as they were calling themselves. And I'm hoping we get to see them here. And they may have gotten held up, but as you see off in the distance, again, we're looking at the great boat that has the cat that was pulling down the Christmas tree there. Really creative there. And again, another creative boat always, Brian Palmer, the Miss Nene. 34 years Brian's been in this thing. Been great. Entry number 150, by the way. And that one's always just done up every year. Yeah, he puts in thousands and thousands and thousands of lights on his boat to make sure it shows up and shows up well along the way here. I was mentioning about Jim Christensen, who's our chairman of our boat parade, and how much his heart is into this. He calls it the world famous Clear Lake Boat Parade, and there's a reason behind that, and he's done it. And for those of you who missed it earlier, I want to give you a chance to hear what he had to say to us earlier today.
Jim, first talk about what this, you have a name for this parade that goes beyond the Clear Lake Boat Lane parade.
Yeah, I started this a number of years, but it's a true statement. But I call this the world famous 61st Annual Christmas Boat Lane Parade. It's been going on for 61 years around here, but a number of years ago we actually started getting inquiries about the parade from a radio station in Germany, and I believe one up in England or Ireland. And so since then I thought, well, to me it's world famous, and so that's why we started calling it the world famous Christmas Boat Lane Parade, because it really truly is. And now with I-45 now doing the live stream, we've been getting hits from different states across the United States, so it's becoming, I guess I'd like to say everybody wants to have a watch party because it's so much fun, it's colorful. But, having been the chairman, I love doing it because the boat parade is truly it's kind of like kicks off the whole community Christmas spirit, and if you've never seen a lighted or a lighted Christmas boat lane parade, but a boat will have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 lights on it, but in the water it looks like it's 20,000 or 30,000 lights, and it shimmers in the water, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. So that's why we call it that.
It was heading toward us. Back here now, we're trying, as I said, we were trying to figure out, we keep thinking there's another boat trying to get to us here, and it is. It's making, what they've done is there's a sailboat coming up. And again, I want to make sure if this is the Girl Scouts boat, because there's a great story behind it, and you can kind of see it, as we look at it from where we are, where the Lighthouse Buffet used to be at the Kemah Boardwalk. We're looking back past Bubba Gump's and Joe's Crab Shack, and we can make out the mast. So if you're looking on your screen there, you see this kind of white light line going up, and that's its mast as it comes down the way. And if it's the boat I think it is, I do want to make sure we get this into our boat parade coverage here tonight, because there's a really great story behind that, and even if that isn't the boat, I want to tell you about it, because it's 157's Rafiki. It's San Jacinto Council of Girl Scouts. 100 years they've been doing this, but the boat itself is Shayla Roberts. You heard the interview with Shayla earlier if you were watching our broadcast, and Shayla was a Girl Scout. That's where she learned how to sail, but she wasn't going to be a part of this parade, actually. The Girl Scouts lost their second boat, and because of that, a call went out to get some help, and Shayla stepped up. That's not it across the way there, but it's a good-looking boat there, though. That's a nice sailboat. But and then Shayla stepped up and wanted to help everybody out and do her part, and so we appreciate her doing that, and it was really special, her sharing that story. If you haven't get a chance, when our broadcast ends, go ahead and rewind and go back. Again, thank you all for joining us here tonight, the 61st annual Clear Lake Christmas Boat Lane Parade. It's a lot to say in one big word, one big sentence there. But we really appreciate you for watching it here tonight. We had like 60,000 viewers last year of this, and it was a lot of fun. Well, one year we should point out we only had the Girl Scouts who showed up real early, and we had 20 minutes of just the Girl Scouts. We had 20,000 viewers just for those two boats out there, and we had a fun night. But this year we're hoping to have a bigger audience there, and we hope you enjoyed it. And again, get your votes in. You can vote until midnight. Put it in the comment section. All the votes count, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. We'll take a look there. Put it in the comment sections up until midnight. You can vote there, and those will count along the way. So we want to appreciate everyone for coming out there. And again, thanks to our friends at the University of Houston Clear Lake for sponsoring our broadcast here tonight. For Paul Cater-Deaton, Leanne Kirkland, Joey McCusker, I'm TJ Alds. Have yourself a happy holidays, and we'll see you in the new year.